Hello, lovely people. So, we got a bird feeder at home last summer. We didn't have too many birds visiting the bird feeder last year, but this year we've had so many lovely birds visiting our bird feeder, and it looks so beautiful. So, yesterday and today I'm seeing around 15 to 20 sparrows coming and almost finishing off all the feed at one shot. And we also have mynas visiting us, and recently 4 magpies have started visiting us. So, a magpie is not a very common bird that I see in this area, so I don't know where they're coming from, but now we've suddenly started having these 4 magpies visiting us almost every day. So if you Google for a magpie, you can see it's a pretty large bird. It's so beautiful. It is white and black, and it has a dark peacock blue color, long feathers, and it's such a beautiful sight to see those 4 birds in our garden. And especially early mornings when we leave our window open and we are still in bed, these birds come, and when they flap their wings, they have such huge wings, so you can clearly hear that big flapping noise, and it's really music to the ears, I would say. So we've been having a lovely time with the bird feeder, and recently we went to a shop to buy some bird feed, and I saw that in this shop they also had a lot of pet animals. So they had fishes and I think some bunnies, and they even had some birds. It was very, very sad and pathetic to see those birds. I mean, I always see the birds in my garden are like really expanding their wings and flying all over the place. But these poor birds are locked in a cage. Their feathers kind of cut off, and they're locked in a cage. It was so pathetic to see them. And that got me thinking that if somebody really loves birds, if somebody is really a nature lover, then that person shouldn't be actually buying some birds and stuffing them into a cage and preventing them from exploring the world. What they should be doing is they should actually be buying a bird feeder and a water basin for the birds, and then they can see so many more birds than they can stuff in a very big cage that will visit their house every single day, and it's a very, very pleasurable experience. So if you are thinking of buying some pet birds, or if your children are asking for some, I would really recommend thinking about it again. You can buy a bird feeder to start with, and then you will understand that you really don't need to buy caged birds. So I would strongly recommend and request you to please think about it if you're ever thinking of buying some pet birds. Now, this incident also got me thinking about how some people also like to put some people into a cage. Especially we see a lot in the Indian society. Some men want their wives to be at home and to not have a career and to not have their own independence. So that is a very popular story that I don't know if it is real or it's a story. It floats around all the time on the internet. You would have definitely come across it, that Infosys Narayana Murthy and Sudha Murthy, they decide that okay, one of us need to stop working and take care of the kids because then it's not possible to take care of the kids if both of us are working. So Mr. Narayana Murthy offers to resign. He says, okay, do you want me to take a break? And she says, no, you continue with your business. I will do it and I will be at home. Yeah, okay, this is the decision of the couple. So even in this story, it was not like Mr. Narayana Murthy came home one fine day and he told his wife, no, from tomorrow you're not going to go to work, you're going to sit at home and make me coffee when I come back from work. That was not how he treated his wife, even in this forwarded message, right? But unfortunately, that seems to be the case in many of the houses, especially in our country. So either the woman is forced to quit her career, or she is given some kind of indirect trauma that every small thing that the child does, I mean, it's not that all the other kids in the world will finish whatever is on their plate. So if the child is not eating properly, if the child is not listening, or if the child is being very naughty, then every single time the mother is traumatized, saying, yeah, it's because you are going to work, it's because you are not taking care of the the child is like this. It's because you're not taking care of the child has not gained weight. So for each and everything, the woman is traumatized and she's blamed and she's guilt tripped and she's pushed to an extent that she is forced to quit her career. So if it is a choice that the woman makes, and if she decides, okay, now I want to take a break and I'm going to be focusing on my family and doing other things that I love, that's completely superb, right? That's the best thing that can happen to a family, because a happy mother makes a happy baby. But if the woman is traumatized and forced into taking such a decision, that is really sad. That is extremely sad. I remember two different incidences from some of my colleagues. So one person was like, I will never get married to a woman who is working, because if that is the case, then when she comes back from work, I have to make her coffee. But if she's at home, then when I come back from work, she will make coffee for me. So this was the lamest excuse that anybody could have ever given for making a woman quit her career. I mean, she's not your cook or something to keep coffee ready when you're stepping home, right? I mean, this is the lamest excuse I've ever heard. And there was another guy who apparently his friend, so he was like, okay, my friend got engaged and now he's asked the girl to stop working. And I said, why? Because this girl apparently looks so fair and so beautiful. She looks like a heroine. So this guy has kind of a complex that, okay, if she will go to work, then all the guys will be flirting with her. So I told her not to go to work and I've told her to stay at home. I mean, this is so cheap-minded, and this is such a sadistic attitude. And I think love and even women are like birds, right? So if a bird really loves you and you let it free, then it will fly everywhere, but it will come back to your house every day, because it has that connection, it has that bond with you. That's the same thing also for a woman. She might explore the world, but then if the home is a home and if the love with her husband is true, then she's going to be coming back for him. But it's not like you can cage a woman and force her to sit at home, and if one day she decides that, okay, there is no love in this place, she will just explode and she will break that cage and fly away. So I don't understand this logic at all of caging women. But yeah, times do change, right? So I have seen many of these men, 6-7 years back, they spoke like this, and now most of them have become dads, and especially dads of cute, beautiful girls. So now what they're saying is, yeah, my daughter is 3 years old, but she talks so well, she talks so boldly. I am sure she's going to be a collector. I'm sure she's going to be a lawyer. She's so intelligent, she's going to be a doctor. It's so nice actually to see that dads have such good dreams for their daughters. So I'm very happy about it. But also they should remember that their wife was also the daughter of another man, and that man also had dreams for his daughter. So how is it fair that your wife should let go of all her talents, all her aspirations, all her dreams and make coffee for you, but your daughter gets to become a lawyer, a collector or a doctor or whatever she wishes? How would you feel if tomorrow her husband says, oh, get lost with your dreams, just sit at home and make coffee for me? Would you like that? Would you appreciate that? So I think people have to introspect here. And on one side, I'm extremely happy that, such men are changing and they're trying to give exposure to their daughters, encouraging their daughters. But at the same time, maybe they should also look back to their wives and say, yeah, okay, you have done so much for the family. Now the child is going to school. Maybe now I will support you to build on your dreams, and let's together as a family, let's progress into the next steps. So I really wish these men would say that to their wives as well. But again, if you are a person who is being caged, so then please introspect and check if you have chosen to be here, if you feel protected, if you feel very comfortable in this cage and you have the respect, you have all the necessities that you want, and you're leading a happy life, then perfect. You are extremely lucky. But if you think somebody is forcing you to be inside this cage, then probably it's time to expand your wings. Because once you expand your wings and you start flying high, literally the whole world is going to be under your feet. So do not let anybody control how much you can expand your wings. That is something that your potential and your dreams and your desires should define. And if you think there is somebody trying to restrict you and restrict your dreams by putting you into a cage, maybe it is time to introspect, and maybe it is time to fight back. I'm sure if you are able to put in all your dreams and all your vision and focus on strengthening your feathers, then you are going to fly super high and the whole world is going to be under your feet. Good luck and keep listening to the Speaker Mama. This is the voice of an Indian mother.